In the previous video, we have seen what is DOS and DDoS attack is all about. Now, in this lesson, I will show you the practical of DOS attack, which is denial of service attack, right? So, I am going to perform HTTP flooding attack, in which attacker machine will continuously send SYN packets to the target. So here is the Kali machine, which is the attacker machine, and I have one more virtual machine running, which is Windows 10, and this one is our target. So let's check the IP of the target machine. Okay, now let's switch back to attacker machine and let's check the IP of attacker machine. Done. Now, to perform this kind of attack, I am going to use a utility called hping3. So hping3 is an inbuilt tool in Kali. So hping3 -S and then the IP of the target machine, which is 10.0.2.12, and then -A, and then the IP of the attacker machine, which is 10.0.2.15, and then -P. -P stands for destination port, and the destination port would be 22, and then --flood, right? So this is going to perform the HTTP flooding attack on Windows 10. Now here you will able to see that hping is in flood mode, right? And no replies will be shown. And the reason behind this is if you started receiving the replies and your target is more powerful than your machine, then there are chances that your own machine will crash, right? So it is important that it would not show any replies to your machine. Okay, so if you want to verify whether you are receiving the traffic on the attacker machine or not, then you can go ahead and use a tool called Wireshark. Now in one of my previous video, I have explained what a Wireshark is and how you can use it, right? So now I have to pause this video until and unless I'm able to see the effect of the attack, and then I will resume the video. So now I am trying to move my cursor, but I am unable to do that, right? And I am trying to open the command prompt using keyboard, but that's not working right now. Okay, so this is how you would able to see the effect, right? Now let's stop the attack by pressing Ctrl+C, and let me tell you two more important tools of performing DOS attack. So DOS HTTP and CPU Death Pinger are two most important tools for performing DOS attack. So DOS HTTP is an easy to use but powerful HTTP flood denial of service attack tool, right? Which works on Windows 10, 7, 8, 8.1, etc. Okay, and the other tool is CPU Death Pinger. So version 2.0 has been released. It says this tool will create a batch file on your desktop, making possible multiple floods. It also floods the user with more dramatic freezes, errors, etc. Now if you ask me personally that among these two tools which one I prefer, so I will prefer CPU Death Pinger. Using these tools is a very easy process as you use any other tool. Just install it on your PC and it will ask you to enter the IP address of your target machine, okay, or target website, and click on attack, right? That's how easy it is used to use these kind of tools. Now let me tell you, you are using a free version of these tools or the trial version of these tools, then it will provide you a limited access to its features, okay? But if you will go for the premium version or the paid version of these tools, then it will grant you access to use all of the functions of these tools. In the previous video, we have seen how we can perform DOS attack, but DOS attack is not able to take down a big target. So to take down a big target, we will use distributed denial of service attack or DDoS attack. Now in order to perform DDoS attack, we need a tool called HOIC or high orbit ion cannon, right? So open your browser and type download HOIC and open the first link, which is sourceforge.net. Now if you see any other link than this, then don't use that link, because that would install additional softwares, which is not a good thing. So open this link and download it from here. Now it is a risky software, so download it on your own risk. I suggest you to download this software in your virtual machine and not on your physical machine, because if something goes wrong, you have an option to delete the virtual machine and install a new one, right? So you can download it from here. It says malware detected, download at own risk. Okay, so in my case I am using 3 different virtual machines. Okay, so the first one is Windows 8.1, which is an attacker machine, and we have Windows 10.1, which is another attacker machine, and our target is Kali Linux. Okay, so this machine is our target. So let's check the IP of our target machine. It says 10.0.2.15. Now let's switch to the attacker machine and let's check the IP, which says 10.0.2.4. So let's ping our target from here, 2.15. Okay, we are getting reply. Now let's check the connectivity from here as well. So ping 10.0.2.15. Okay, everything is working fine. Now you have to download HOIC software in all of your attacker machines. As I told you, I am performing this attack in a demo environment. That's why I am using 2 attacker machine. But in the real world, the hackers will use thousands of attacker machines, right? So you have to download that software in all of those machines, and you have to perform attack at the same time. Okay, so I have already downloaded that software and it would be in my downloads folder. Okay, so here is a download folder. Here is the software. Okay, so first of all you have to extract it, or you can directly open it if you have a RAR extractor. Okay, it says evaluation copy and then run the application. Okay, so let it open and let's switch to our another attacker machine. Let me open the software here as well in the downloads folder. Here it is. So let's run the tool here as well. Done. Now this is the tool HOIC, which is used to perform DDoS attack. Okay, now a good option is you can target multiple websites or computer system at once, right? So you can add your target from here. Okay, enter the URL. If it is a website, enter the website name, or you can enter the server IP address. So http / and then IP of the target machine. Okay, now the other option is to power. So set the power to high. Okay, and then it asks for booster. Okay, so select the second one, which says generic boost, and click on add. Okay, now here are the number of threads you want to use. So let's increase it to let's say around 20. Okay, that's sufficient for now. Let's switch back to the other attacker machine and let's do the same job here as well. So http 10.0.2.15, set the power to high. Again select the booster to generic, click on add. Okay, increase the threads to 20 again. Done. Now to start the attack, click on this button which says fire the laser. Okay, so let's start the attack from both of the attacker machines. Now it says power is high and status is engaging. Okay, and this would be the output. Okay, total output. So the attack has now been started. Okay, so let's switch to our target and let's observe the traffic by using Wireshark. Okay, it's a inbuilt tool in Kali. So simply type Wireshark and hit enter and it will open the tool. So it is a traffic capturing tool in your network. So let it open. Click on OK. Now here select the interface. So for now I am using Ethernet 0 and click on start. Okay, so it has started capturing the incoming traffic, okay, or the overall traffic in your network. Okay, so let me increase this so you can see clearly. See, these are the number of threads or the number of total traffic. Okay, so see, it's increasing very fast. Okay, it says 23,000, 24,000, okay, which is a lot of traffic, right? Now my Kali virtual machine is a powerful virtual machine as it has around 4 GB of RAM and around 50 GB of hard disk space. So it is not an easy task to hang this machine, okay, or to make this machine inaccessible, right? So it will take around half an hour or maybe 1 hour to see the effects. So my aim is to show you how you can perform DDoS attack in your virtual environment. Now if you want to perform this in the real environment, then simply add your target and enter the IP of the server you are targeting, right? Now to stop the attack, simply click this button, fire the laser again and it will stop the attack. Okay, it says total output is 101 MB. And let's stop the other one as well. Okay, so I hope now you know how you can perform DOS and DDoS attacks on your target, but do this with all the required permissions. In this lesson we will talk about XSS or cross-site scripting. Now cross-site scripting is a type of security vulnerability typically found in web applications. An attacker may use XSS in order to inject client-side scripts into web pages. An attacker may use XSS to bypass access controls, right? An attacker may also use XSS in order to steal cookies or for phishing attacks or for other exploitation purposes, right? So let's talk about the process of XSS. First of all, we will find an input parameter and then we will try to run XSS script in that input parameter. Now what I mean by input parameter, if you visit a e-commerce website, you will find a search bar to search for the different products. So we will try to run XSS on that search bar, okay? And if we succeed, then there may be chances that there is XSS vulnerability on that web page. And to make sure, we will move on to next step, which is try to inject JavaScript code into that input parameter. And if we succeed, then make sure there must be an XSS vulnerability. Okay, so we will go for the exploitation using XSS. Okay, now let's talk about the types of XSS. So there are mainly 3 types of cross-site scripting. The first is refracted XSS, which is a most common vulnerability found in web applications. The other one is stored XSS and the third one is DOM based XSS. Don't worry, we will talk about all of them in detail in coming lectures. Now, I hope you all heard about a word called bug bounty. So bug means finding weakness in a website, and if when you report that bug to the owner of the website, then maybe the company or the person will provide you a reward in return. So the reward you earn is the bounty. Okay, so I will show you what kind of genuine websites will help you to earn bounty by hunting bugs. Okay, now I am not providing any kind of earning guarantee, but my aim is to show you or to make you aware about the fact that you can also earn money by finding bugs or finding weaknesses in web applications. Now it's time to perform the practical of XSS. Okay, but first of all you must follow some steps. So the first step to follow is find an input parameter, type anything there, and if you get a reply then there may be a XSS, and to confirm it you have to inject JavaScript code there, and if you succeed then there must be a XSS vulnerability. Okay, now what I mean by input parameter: input parameter could be your search bar or the username and password fields you generally found on the login page, or all of the fields you found on sign up page, or your contact us page, or forms, or comment boxes, etc. Now let's try to perform XSS attacks on live website. So here is a website which is testphp.vulnerweb.com. Okay, now this website is intentionally created vulnerable to web attacks so that students like you can perform SQL injection attacks or cross-site scripting attacks on live websites, right? And this website is running on Apache web server and is built on PHP programming language, and database is MySQL. Okay, to know other details visit the home page of this website and you will find other information here. Okay, so this would be the URL which we are using. Now let's close this box. Okay, and let's input anything here. Let's say hello. Okay, so you can see it is reflecting back hello. Okay, now let's try to inject a JavaScript code. So I will use a common script which is script alert, and let's say 123 and then script tag close. Hit enter and see. So there is a XSS vulnerability here. Okay, now you can try this on other pages as well, like browse categories. Okay, let's go to posters and let's say comment on this picture. Now here you will find two boxes. Okay, so we are not sure about which one is vulnerable, so let's type hello 1 and here let's type hello 2 and let's see which one will reflect back. It says hello 1, thank you for the comment. Okay, that means the first field is vulnerable. Okay, now to make sure we have to run a script again. So script alert and let's say 123 and again close the tag. Okay, and here type anything which you like and click on submit. See, it is also vulnerable. Now let's move to sign up page. Now I personally know that this is not a vulnerable. Okay, so I don't want to waste your time. Let's directly jump on sign up page. Okay, and let's try all of these. So let's say hello 1, okay, and hello 2, and to retype password we have to use hello 2. Then in the name field we will use, let's say the name would be ABC. Okay, and credit card number would be anything like 1 2 3 4 5 6. Then the email address which would be hello@hello.com, and the phone number would be anything like 99999876554. Okay, and in the address let's type hello 3. Okay, and click on sign up, and you will see that all of these fields are vulnerable. Right, now you have to try to inject JavaScript code on all of them. Right, now I hope you know about the basic attack of cross-site scripting. Right, so now let's try this attack on a live website. So let's say woodlandworldwide.com. Let's go to search bar and let's type here hey and see whether it reflects back or not. Okay, it says no result found, but see, okay, it's reflecting this word. Now let's go here again and let's try to run the script alert and 1 2 3. Okay, hit enter Okay, it says suspected XSS attack. This page has been blocked by Netcraft. Okay, I am using Netcraft toolbar, that's why it is blocking this page. But click on visit anyway and see, it is vulnerable. Okay, so this is a live website, right? Now you have some more URLs to visit. You can try them by yourself, and in the next video I will increase the level of XSS attack. Now it's time to increase the level of XSS attack. So let's visit to HTTP parameter pollution. Now I hope you all know that HTML and JavaScript are both front-end languages or client-side languages, which means if you run any script or code using these languages, then that would be executed on the client side and not on the server side, right? And your browser will execute HTML code, and HTML already knows JavaScript. Okay. Now if you click on check, and here in the URL bar you will able to see a parameter. So pp is a get parameter. Okay, so let's try using hey. So it's not reflecting back directly, but if you visit the view page source, and let me copy this. Okay, so you will able to see the reason behind this. So your pp get parameter has a double quote closing. Okay, so that's the reason you will not able to see the reflection on your browser. Okay, if you want your reflection to work, you have to use it something like this. Okay, which means you are first closing your, by using this function double quotes closing, you are closing your parameter completely, and then you are passing or using your script. Okay, so let's try this one. So let switch back to our website. Okay, and let's add this double quote closing and hit enter. Now this time you will able to see hey. Okay, so this is the reason it's not reflecting back directly, because it is closed by double quote closing, right? And if at any point of time you find that any of your parameter is using single quote closing, then you have to work the same way. You have to first close it and then you have to pass your script, right? So if I try to run script here, okay, without using it, then it won't work, right? So let me type the script. So let's say script alert 1 2 3 and then close it. Copy this and let's try this on a live website, which is again woodlandworldwide.com, because I know this website is vulnerable to XSS. Okay, so let's paste it and click on go. Okay, this time if you click OK, you will see the reflection again. Okay, so click on prevent this page from creating additional dialogues. Right now I hope you know how you can use XSS attacks on live websites, and in the next video I will show you a special website which definitely increase your level of using XSS attacks. In the previous video I told you that whatever closing function used on the web page, you have to use the same function, otherwise your script won't work. Okay, so we have seen that on our live website we have to use double quote closing. Okay, only then we will able to run our script. Okay, because if you don't use this closing function, then our script won't work, right? Now I know that it's a little bit confusing, but in this video all your confusion will be cleared, right? So here is a website which help you to increase your knowledge and confidence about XSS attacks, right? So the website called as leadtime.net/XSSlab1. Okay, so I am not sure, but this website provide you around 7 or 8 levels of different challenges. Okay, which will definitely help you to practice XSS attacks, which will help you to understand how you can hunt on live websites, right? So let's click on yeah, bring it on baby. And here is a first challenge. Okay, so it's asking to enter your name, so I'm entering my name. Okay, it says cannot find Shubham. Yes, that's what we want. Now let's run the script and let's say alert 1 2 3 and then close it. Okay, click on search. It says 1 2 3 is reflecting. Okay, nice try, but use alert document.url. so we have to use this alert instead of using 1 2 3. Okay, only then it will take us to the next level, right? Okay, so no worries, you can enter the script again here, or you can edit it from here as well. Okay, so let me edit this. So instead of using this, we have to use document.url. Hit enter and it says good work, you are welcome to the next round. Okay, so now here is the challenge 2. So let me enter my name again. Okay, this time we are not getting a reply. So let's check out the page source. Okay, no, not selection, I want a complete page source, right? And here it is. Okay, here is the input field. So let me copy this. Okay, so the reason behind it is not reflecting is this one. Okay, which is a closing tag, which is a closing bracket. Okay, so this is a closing function. So in the previous video you have seen that we are using double quote closing, but this time we have to use this bracket only, right? So our payload would be something like this: script, okay, alert, and then 1 2 3 and then close it, right? So this would be our payload for the challenge number 2, right? So let's use it. Okay, but first let's try this with the name, okay, and see whether it works or not. Okay, so it's reflecting back, yes. So the method we are using is absolutely correct. Done. Okay, again we have to use this thing instead of using 1 2 3. So no worries, let me edit this again. Okay, so now it's time for challenge 3. Let me enter my name again. Let's view page source, and here it is. Let me copy this. Okay, so the reason behind it is not reflecting is this, which is double quote closing, right? So let's try this again here. Okay, so double quote closing and my name. Hit enter and you will able to see the reflected query. Done. So let's use our script again. So script, this is our payload, right? And this time let's use document.url and close the script and hit enter. Okay, so now it's time for challenge 4. Okay, so this time let's use hello. Okay, view page source, and let's see why it's not working. So okay, this is the reason behind it is not working, which is single quote closing, right? So I hope now you understand that whatever written here, which is a closing function, you have to use the same thing, right? So let's use it, which is single quote closing. Okay, so let's add this here, single quote closing and hello. See, it's reflecting. Okay, which means we have to use the same thing for our script as well. So script alert oh no, okay, we have to use a document dot url, right? And then close the script, hit enter. Okay, great work. Now it's time for challenge 5. Okay, so let's use hello again, and it's not reflecting. Let's view page source and see this one, okay, which is the input field. And okay, it says input type text, name is equal to name. Where is the hello? It's not getting it. Okay, so Shubham, let me type my name, and let's visit the page source and let's find. Okay, so it's not taking this, right? The reason behind is input type text and then name. Okay, so here is one more different thing which I forget to tell you about is see, it is not necessary that you will get a single input parameter field, right? Here you will find two different parameter fields. The first one is the name, okay, which is my name, and the next one is submit. Okay, this button submit is also a input parameter. So this one is the first input parameter and search is the second one. Okay, so let me type something like this, which is hello, and let's say 1, and here in submit we will try to run hello 2 and hit enter. Okay, and if we go inside the page source, we will able to see. Okay, so problem is different this time, so let's try one more time and let's visit view page source, and here you will able to find that it's taking our input as a string, and that's the reason why it is not working here. Okay, so whenever it takes our input as a string, it won't execute this one. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to close this thing. Okay, we have to close /script, right? So the actual thing would be like this. So let me show you. Our payload would look like this, to /script. Okay, then now we have to run our script. Okay, so script alert and document dot url, and then close it. Okay, done. So this would be our payload for this new challenge. Okay, so let's move here and let me use this. Okay, done, right? So as I told you that whatever used for closing your function, okay, whatever closing function they will use on a web page, we have to use the same thing, right? So that was the case. Now in challenge 6, let me type again, and this time, okay, let's close this, and it's not reflecting, so let's view page source again and let's see this one. Okay, so yes, again, what's the reason that it's not working? Okay, I hope this time you will able to find out the reason, right? So the reason is this, again the closing function. So this time if you want to create the payload, use this thing first to close this, close your function. Okay, and then try to run our script, okay, which is document dot url, and then close it as always. Okay, so copy this payload and paste it here. I hope it will work. Oh yes, good work. You are welcome to next round. Now it's time for challenge 7. Okay, this time let me use hello again. Okay, it's not reflecting, so let's view page source. Okay, if you are able to see the coding here, you will know that it's not taking input from your keyboard. Okay, so whatever you type using your keyboard, it won't work here. Okay, so that would be a increased level for XSS challenges, right? So this time we have to use some other thing. So this time let's try to assign input using mouse. Okay, so the students who know little about programming will understand this thing. So we will use on mouse over. Okay, you would assume this as a script or as a function. Okay, so whenever your web page has a secure coding, like it won't accept input from your keyboard, okay, so in that case any of your attack won't work. Okay, so in that case we have to use mouse input. So on mouse over, and let's say alert, and the alert would be document.url and semicolon. Okay, so let's try this payload in our challenge number 7 and let's see whether it worked or not. Okay, see, whenever you use on mouse over, you have to move your mouse on that input field. Okay, as soon as I moved my mouse to the name field, it worked, right? So I hope now you understand that whenever your keyboard is not working, you have to use your mouse inputs, right? You have to assign inputs using on mouse over. Okay, so now it's time for challenge 8. Let's see how different it is from other challenges. Let's view the page source. Okay, there is a little difference between the two. This time we have to use double quotes, right? So double quote here and here as well, and this would be our payload for the challenge number 8, right? Let me close all of these. Okay, so I hope it will work. It's not working. Okay, so as I told you, we have two different input parameters, so let's try the same thing on the second parameter as well. Okay, so let's run our payload on the search parameter. Okay, and let's see whether it works or not. See, it worked, right? So this way you have to try. Okay, it is finished. Okay, so the total challenges are 8. Okay, 8 different levels of challenges you will find on this website, right? Now you have to understand that the same thing won't work on the same input parameter. You have to try each of your attacks on all of the available input fields or input parameters you find on a website. For example, on e-commerce websites you will find a lot of parameters or a lot of input parameters. Okay, so the search bar or the login page or the sign up page or the contact us page or the comment boxes, right? So you have to include all of the input parameters in your attack in order to find a single vulnerability in that website. Okay, so I hope you understand the difference between on mouse and normal keyboard inputs. Whenever your keyboard inputs are not working, you have to use on mouse over. Okay, and you have to move your mouse on that field in order to work your script, right? Now in the next video I will show you how you can earn some real money by hacking into some websites and how you can find those websites. In the previous video I told you that I will show you some of the websites which help you to earn some money by hacking into websites, right? Now keep in mind, this is not a bug bounty course. My course is a general cybersecurity course, but I am sharing this knowledge with you in order to make you aware about the fact that you can earn some money if you explore SQL injection attacks and XSS attacks to some advanced level, right? So here is the first website, which is yeswehack.com, which itself says pay a reward, not a ransom. So the owner of the websites themselves offer their websites to security researchers or to pen testers in order to find some bugs, some weaknesses in their website, right? So that they will increase the security of their website and prevent from external threats. The next website is Open Bug Bounty. Okay, here, as the name suggests, it is open for all. Okay, so any of the security researcher will hack into any of the websites they provide you, and in return you will get a reward, right? See, I told you that you can use SQL injection attack and XSS attacks in order to earn some bounty. But if you use DOS and DDoS attacks, then the owner of the website will block you and will never pay you a bounty, right? Because they know that the DOS and DDoS attacks will work in most of the cases, right? In approximately all of the cases. That's the reason they are not interested in DOS and DDoS attacks. Okay. Now, the next website is hackerone.com. This website is a little bit different from Open Bug Bounty. This website will give you some challenges, okay? Capture the flag challenges, and when you earn some points by passing them, then you will be invited for private programs where the owner of the website will allow to hack into websites to only limited number of pen testers. Okay, so these websites are not open to all, so your competition gets reduced, but the challenge will be hard. Okay, so the next website is bugcrowd.com. Okay, again it is also a bug bounty platform, so you can create account with them and can earn some real reward. Okay, only if you get a weakness in their website. Now you have to prepare a basic report like name of the vulnerability, the attack you have used, like you have used XSS attacks. Then you have to provide the URL and the input parameter field, because whenever you send a report they will first verify it. Okay, they will try themselves that whether the thing you are mentioning is correct or not. Okay, so if possible you can create a video whenever you are trying to attack on their website as a proof. Okay, so or you can also take screenshots, okay, and then explain them step by step procedure, right? Now here is one more website, which is hacktrophy.com. okay, so you can try all of this if you want, but it is better to first get a deep knowledge about SQL and XSS by practicing yourself and by using and by showing your creativity. Now if you notice in my previous videos I am using a single script. Okay, I am using a very common script, which is script alert 123, right? But that's not the only script. We have many more scripts. Okay, so the one is not working, then we will try the other one. Okay, then we will try the third one, right? So let me open this link and let's open this one as well. Okay, so it says top 5 most important XSS scripts. Okay, so here you will find a list of scripts. Okay, so you have to try a single script at a time. Okay, and I think it is a very time consuming process. Okay, it's not possible, I know it's possible, but it is a time consuming process, so that's not possible for an expert to try every single script manually. Okay, so in the next video I will show you how you can automate the process, okay, and save your time and energy. Now if you want to learn deep about XSS, then you can visit this website owasp.org. It is always a great website for increasing knowledge. Okay, you can read it if you want, right? In this video, I will teach you how you can automate the task of cross-site scripting attacks, right? In the previous videos, we have seen how we can use XSS attacks manually. Now this time we will see how we can use it automatically. So for this, I am using Kali Linux and I am using a tool called Bubsuite. Now I hope you all remember that in my previous videos, when I am explaining SQL injection attacks, I have used the same tool to bypass client-side security, right? Now this time we will use this tool to automate the process of attacking on a website, okay, using payloads. So let's configure our browser. So in Kali we will get Firefox. So let's open our browser, go to preferences, and then go to advanced and then to network tab, right? And then go to settings, and in settings we have to enter the IP address of localhost. So it would be 127.0.0.1 and port number would be 8080, and click on OK and close this. Okay, so now our browser is ready to use Bubsuite. Okay, so let's switch to Bubsuite. So now Bubsuite is running. So let's switch to our browser and let's try to open a website. So website would be testphp.vulnweb.com. Okay, now let's switch to Bubsuite again. Go to proxy and send this request to Spider. So click on send to Spider. Okay, click yes and make intercept off. Okay, now let's switch to target. Okay, so here is our website and Spider is crawling all of the pages and will tell you that which of these pages will have input parameters. Okay, so to filter out the results, double click on parameters, so 1 and 2. Okay, so these are the number of URLs or number of pages on a website which have input parameters, right? So you have to try your payload attacks on each of these web pages. Okay, so let's try this one, okay, which says guestbook.php. So right click and click on send to repeater. Okay, and now let's switch to repeater. See, the job of Spider is to crawl all of the pages from a website, right? And then it will tell us that which of these pages have input parameters. And once we found, we have to send each web page to repeater. Okay, now we are here on repeater. So let's check which of the input parameter is vulnerable. So we have two input parameters. This would be the first one. So let's try hello1, and this would be the second one. Okay, so let's try hello2. Okay, and click on go, and here we have a reflection of this web page. So let's check whether we have hello or not. Okay, so we have got hello1, which means the first input parameter is vulnerable. Okay, once we got this, now we have to send this to intruder. In the intruder tab, it will help us to perform payload attacks. Okay, so here in the options. Okay, in the payloads, first we have to add some payloads. Okay, so if you able to see, let me show you here on my desktop that I have a file called XSS payloads. Okay, so this particular file will contain hundreds of payloads. Okay, so there is no need to check all of them one by one manually, right? So to save our time, load that file here in Burp Suite. Okay, so the file would be on desktop, and let's open the file in Burp Suite. Okay, so this much of the scripts is available in that file. Okay, right? Now, okay, now here in positions tab, first you have to clear all of the selected items and then select the particular input parameter on which you want to perform the attack. Okay, so I want to perform the attack on input parameter 1. Okay, on hello 1. So select this and click on add. Okay, once done, my previous virtual machine is working very slow, so I decided to boot up another Kali Linux virtual machine. Don't worry, all of the settings will be same as earlier. Okay, so all set. Simply click on start attack. Okay, click OK, and now we just have to wait until it finishes using all of the payloads. Now here keep in mind one thing: when the request or payload is set to 0, so this length, which is 5581, is the original length of a web page. Okay, so the length more than this, okay, like this and this, so all these links or all these payloads are working on that web page. Okay, and the size below this, so there are more chances that this will not work. Okay, so whenever you want to try any payload, try the payload which has length more than this. Okay, so let's try this one. Right click and click on show response in browser. Okay, click on copy, switch to Firefox. Okay, and paste the copied URL here and hit enter. Okay, now we have to wait and it will show us the response. See, XSS attack is working here. Okay, so our payload is working, right? So this way you can automate the task. Okay, so let's try one more. Let's say this script. Let's try this one as well. Click on show response in browser, copy this. Okay, switch to Firefox and paste in the URL, hit enter. See, it worked, right? So this way you will know that which of your script or payloads are working on which of the web page of a website, right? So it would be going to save you a lot of time and energy. Okay, so this is the easiest way of performing your script or your payload attacks on a web page automatically. So in this particular section of website penetration testing, you have learned how to perform SQL injection attacks on both demo environment as well as on live websites. Then you have learned about DOS and DDoS attacks. Then you have learned about XSS or cross-site scripting attacks, both manually as well as automatically, right? But keep one thing in mind, that whenever a client hire you for website penetration testing, you have to perform SQL injection attack and XSS attack. Okay, don't try to use DOS or DDoS attacks. Okay, because if you try and it will work, your client won't pay you for this. Okay, so don't use DOS and DDoS attacks. Instead you can go for SQL or XSS attacks, right? Now I am not providing any kind of guarantee about earning money using these techniques. Okay, my aim is to create a strong foundation of cybersecurity for you, right? So if you want to increase your knowledge, you can simply join an internship in any of the security companies out there, right?